Yes, if you could just state your name for the camera.
I don't want to go there.
Somebody looking for you.
Oh. Okay. All right then. No name. If you could just tell me about your, I guess, experience coming over from the Caribbean to the UK.
Very traumatic.
What was traumatic for you? Were you surprised at how people treated you when you got here?
Yes, it's a culture shock. Yes, because everybody was so distance. You couldn't you say room to let, and when you go there they said no. It's written up, no dogs, no blacks, no Irish. And there's a room to let when you go, that's what it says it's gone. But then the sign goes up again, it's there for let. If you go for a job, they said it's gone. But then it's still advertised because you're black. And I talked to somebody and they said to me, it's because they don't want any blacks in there. That's why it's gone. We had a traumatic time, really. And this was in the 50s.
How did you survive? How did the community help each other?
It's like somebody would buy a house. My husband's uncle bought a house and just let one room to always had one room. And that's what you had to survive. And then people started showing partner. You know, every week you
Contribute a little money and
when you get your draw, you put a deposit, and so that's how because English people never big own houses. They used to rent, but it's black people came here, and when they start buying houses, they educate the
oh wow!
Yeah, you didn't know that.
No!
Black people
Oh, so they learned from us.
They learned from us because they used to rent.
Oh, is that why Thatcher then started making them buy all their houses then afterwards?
Yes.
Oh, that
because
makes sense
black
now.
people had to, you buy a house and let a room to others, and they show partner every week. If it was £2, when you get your draw, you put a deposit on a house, and everybody when they get their draw, they start buying houses. That's how they learn from black people to buy houses, because they wouldn't let us. So we had to make do. Very ineffective. You know, we got, and then they learn that they can own a house. So it's black people teach them to own houses. Yes, it's true. Is it the truth? Yes.
How do you, seeing how the community helped each other back in the day, how do you feel like the community is now, today?
Well, we all split, but when we first came here, every Sunday we used to visit each other. The men used to meet together and play dominoes. They used to have their own entertainment because there was no other way. And we used to visit each other. We were much closer than we are now. As everybody get independent, they drift away. But those days, we used to, you know, you have one house and this one would be cooking this week, and you go to their house, and the next week we entertain each other. That's how it used to be. Not like now, everybody get independent and they drift away. But
it's true. Everybody's stuck on their phones now as well. So one question for you, because you know, like when our community likes to talk about how hard the Brits made it for us when they come over, the Brits will be like, oh, so why don't you go back home? So my question to you is, what made you stay in the UK, even when it was traumatic and tough?
What made me stay? I had no choice. You came here to better yourself and help people at home. You could, if you had someone at home, you know they're very poor. When you get your wages, you could send some money for them to help themselves as well. So that's what you stayed. And gradually, as you get a job, you see, years ago, if you could walk out of a job at lunchtime and find another job.
By the end of the day.
Yes, in the lunchtime you go and find a job, and the same lunchtime you find another job, because there were.
Times have changed. People be job hunting for weeks now.
Yes, but the thing is, you could find a job you go for lunch and it's up for staff needed, and you go and you get a job, and you go back and say to your boss, you're leaving, and they just pay you out what you earn.
That was it?
Yes. Just because they were short of people to work. So there was pleas for, and they said the black people work much harder, than, so they were glad to give you a job. Yes.
Okay, if you had one message about your experience that you would want people to know and take something from, what would that be?
Be more loving, kinder to one another. Be more, helpful to one another. Not because you've had it, now you neglect. We used to be so loving to one another and help each other. That's how the partner. I don't know if you ever join a partner. I used to join a partner, and I've joined a partner until a couple of years ago. Not years ago. Last year I stopped. Because then, if you're getting £300, if you have a plan, you could do it. So I think people still join partners.
Yeah.
Yes.
People still do it.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's how people used to be able to buy their houses. And if you get in your hand, and your friend gets in their hand, they could help you, and then vice versa. And sometimes at the end of it, you get last and first. So you get the last draw and the first draw. Lots of money to
come together.
Yes,
okay.
Because if you are the last one getting and you are the first, you get the two draws.
Okay.
Last and first. So that's how it works.
Thank you so much.